Hello everyone, myself Abhinav AK from Falcon Electronics. I am here referring a topic related to short circuit. Fires from electrical cords or from wiring devices are increasing in these years. The reason is supposed to be the increase of electrical power dissipation for domestic use. We all know that a circuit breaker is used to protect the circuit from overcurrent or short circuit. But the circuit breaker does not cut off the current more than 100 amperes and fire hazardous sparking continues. Peak value of the short circuit current is limited by the resistance of the circuit. In typical conditions, the circuit breaker does not cut off the intermittent current under about 200 amperes in peak value. Our country, India, has approximately 60,000 fires a year. Although insulating materials have been increased their quality, the number of electrical fires have not been decreased and fires are still caused by these failures. It is necessary to doubt about their safety and to make a study on the mechanism of the beginning of short circuit arcing in order to prevent these fires. So in this presentation we will refer about short circuit as well as about a short circuit indicator too. So first of all, what is a short circuit? Short circuit condition is a condition in which the input terminals of a power supply get in electrical contact with each other, causing huge current flow. In other words, a short circuit is an abnormal connection between two nodes of an electric circuit intended to be at different voltages. A short circuit is an electrical circuit that allows a current to travel along an unintended path with no or very low electrical impedance. This leads to very large heat generation which can damage the system and also pose a threat to people nearby it. An easy way to create a short circuit is to connect the positive and negative terminals of a battery together with a low resistance conductor like a wire. The low resistance in the connection With a low resistance in the connection, a high current exists, causing the cell to deliver a large amount of energy in a short time. A large current through battery can cause the rapid buildup of heat, potentially resulting in an explosion or the release of hydrogen gas and electrolyte, which can burn tissue. In electrical devices, unintentional short circuits are usually caused when a wire's insulation breaks down or when another conducting material is introduced, allowing charge to flow along a different path than the one intended. Here is the need of a short circuit indicator. Short circuit indicator does the task of detecting the short circuit in a circuit in which it is connected automatically. The advantage of having short circuit indicator is that it helps you to reduce the down times and efficiently increase the availability of your distribution network. Now let's see some of the causes and effects of the short circuit. Causes: over temperatures due to excessively high overcurrent, disruptive changes caused by overvoltage. Effects: power supply interruptions, system components damage or destructions, development of unacceptable mechanical and thermal stresses in electrical operational equipments. Although short circuit is considered as like a bad thing, it has some useful common applications too. One of them is arc welding. If a charged high voltage capacitor is short circuited by a thin wire, the resulting huge current and power dissipation will cause the wire to actually explode. The power supply for an arc welder can supply very high currents that flow through the welding rod and the metal pieces being welded. The point of contact between the rod and the metal surfaces gets heated to the melting point, fusing a part of the rod and both surfaces into a single piece. Another application of the short circuit is a switch. A switch is an engineered short circuit. When you close the switch, you are actually creating a short circuit between the terminals of the switch. Now let's see the block diagram of a short circuit indicator. It consists of a diode, a regulator, a transistor, a buzzer and two LEDs. The LED to the right of the regulator is a green one which lights up in normal condition, that is when the short circuit event is not occurring. The LED to the left of the transistor is a red one which lights up when the short circuit event is occurring, and the buzzer alarms us when the short circuit event is occurring. The circuit diagram of short circuit indicator consists of two NPN transistors, two diodes, a buzzer, two resistors, etc. Now let's see the working of a short circuit indicator. The circuit uses two NPN transistors to sense the short circuit. If the assembled board is normal, the current flows from the power supply through the diode D1. Diode D1 is also called as the polarity protecting diode. At the same time, T2 forward biases and its collector goes to ground potential. This makes T1 off due to the absence of bias. Buzzer and red LED connected to T1 remains off. If there is a short circuit in the board, diode D2 reverse biases and T2 turns off. Now the base of T1 becomes high and it conducts. This turns on buzzer and red LED to indicate the short circuit. Nowadays, for domestic uses, rotor and fluid indicators are used to detect the short circuit. The advantage or the strength of this short circuit indicator over both rotor and fluid indicators is that it helps us to detect short circuit current in all voltage limits, whereas both rotor and fluid indicators are designed to detect short circuit currents in medium voltage distribution networks. Another advantage over them is the way of indication. Actually, the rotor and fluid indicators use a two-color indication to inform the short circuit event. The two colors are black and red. Black is stripped in normal conditions and the red gets stripped when the short circuit event is occurring. But in this short circuit indicator, we are using a buzzer too, which helps us to a great extent to detect the short circuit and take necessary actions immediately. So as we conclude, it is high time that we all shall know about short circuit and the need of a short circuit indicator. That's all. Thank you.